You saved me a bit of trouble, Master. Careful, you're short on spare pupils. Step aside, or she dies. I knew you'd fold. You have so much power, but you're worthless when your students are in danger. Interesting.
I hope you are doing well. Princess Namsuyu sends her greetings. As we prepare for her coronation, there are some important matters we need to attend to first. Matters in which we could use your help. Meet me at the royal quarters of Dasari Palace, and we can discuss further.
The princess hasn't had a bite in days.
It's the stress from the coronation, I'm sure.
If only it were that simple.
Jianse, I take it you got my letter. That's promising. We've had some issues with the royal dispatch of late. A third of my soldiers now spend their time delivering parcels or guarding pigeons. It's just the latest tactic in a growing disinformation campaign. There are some who seek to discredit Namso-yu as the true heir to the throne. I'll let you guess who that might be. Precisely. Which should come as no surprise, since the Ebendrake built their cult on fear-mongering and lies. You have to remember that under the Dowager, the Ebendrake cult essentially became the official religion of the Empire. They were entangled in every aspect of government and law enforcement. More importantly, many people still follow them. As much as I would love to lay siege to Ebendrake Keep, doing so would only feed into their narrative that Namso-yu and I are paranoid pretenders. Lies run deep, Jianse, which is why we need someone that's not part of the Stratus army to infiltrate their strongholds and uproot them for good. Yes, Jianse, but that's not all. We have reason to believe the Ebendrake are plotting to assassinate Princess Namso-yu. We cannot hold her coronation until we know she's safe. General Jasoc may have tracked down the conspirators. He should be here any moment now. Ah, here he comes.
So, this is where all my soldiers went. Warrior, I never got to thank you or Chundun for your help in the Temple of Succession. I wouldn't be here today if you hadn't stepped in. Well, good enough for government work anyway. I thought the citizens would never forgive the Ebendrake for poisoning the West District, and that the cult would be exiled from the Empire. I was naive. With that, ousting the Dowager, and instating Princess Namso-yu all happening at once, the truth became muddled. Conspiracies festered. Now, people aren't sure who to trust, and a sizable portion of the populace still supports the Ebendrake over us. Their claws left deep scars. Right. My teams caught several Ebendrake in restricted areas of the palace. Interrogations have proven ineffective. However, we have learned one thing. The cult is meeting in the Faircloud Harbor prison. Dozens have entered, and none have come out. Extremely. They're planning something sinister, Jianse, and I'm betting it involves Princess Namso-yu's coronation. I'd like for you to enter the prison and flush them out. Once the prison is empty, Kangmi will investigate. I wish I could join you, Jianse. Give them hell for me. Enough! We're leaving!
It's you, the great betrayer.
I've been waiting for this.
Who's there? Infidel.
Foolish little warrior.
It's impossible. It's already over.
You defile this place.
The only way you're leaving here is in pieces.
My brothers and sisters, the time has come to end it where it all began. All shall gather under the sword and witness the long-awaited glory of the Ebendrake.
Divines bless you.
Can we go home now?
Well, this is familiar. I see moving underground hasn't stopped the Ebendrake from terrorizing the citizens. Thanks for clearing them out. You did more than help, warrior. How many dozens of cultists did you take out? And here I thought they were losing members. My team will clear the hostages and inspect every inch of this prison for clues. We're running out of time before the coronation. Cryptic. I'll send it to the experts. And that reminds me, I received a letter asking for help. Unfortunately, we can't prioritize it. It's from Bei Ling.
I want all these hostages tested for dark chi poisoning.
Yes,
Yes, Commander.
Yes, Commander.
Soldier, I know you've been running yourself ragged around Asari, but haven't popped into Brigand's Row once. That's a shame.
You see, I've had several girls gone missing these past few days, and I need someone strong to help me. Please drop by. I'd like to speak to you about it. Intimately. Bei Ling.
Are attacked?
Yeah, they all had black hoods on. They tried to shove me in a bag.
I swear this street used to be more lively.
Yeah?
What exactly were you doing here?
What do you mean she's not here? I'm her favorite client!
Sir,
They're coming for us all! You gotta
Lucky
believe me!
me. Time has been good to you, warrior. You must be taking very good care of yourself. And that weapon, my. It feels like ages since you popped in here with Ku Yang. Now there's a talented swordsman. Those were happier times. Now I spend so much time worrying that I can barely crawl out of bed in the morning. I could never beat around the bush with you. Honestly, warrior, this is not a pleasure call. We're in crisis. Not just people. My employees. The Stratus soldiers jumped at their chance to rescue their own. But every time I filed a missing persons report, it fell on deaf ears. I know it's the Ebondrake, warrior. They've said such dirty things about my business, about my girls. The cult just sent me a letter saying they'll purify my workers from their sinful flesh. The Ebondrake Keep. It's their last stronghold. Are you familiar with it? Thank you. I'll have to find some way to make it up to you. And poor Kangsan has been worried sick. He's such a good boy, always chasing new leads, fetching groceries, scaring off the riffraff. But since my girls have gone missing, he just sits there and mopes, waiting for them to return.
I'm her favorite
I can't lose her. Move along. I'm not interested. I can't lose her.
I've been waiting for this.
Foolish little warrior.
would you...
How did you find this place?
Who are you? How did you get in? How did you get in? You have no chance of stopping us.
Surround them!
You have no chance of stopping us. How did you get in?
Divines bless you, warrior.
I made it. Oh, thank the gods.
Thank you, warrior. You saved us. Wait, I think I've seen you before. You're the one that Bei Ling is always talking about. She says you're quite the tease. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you. It all happened so quickly. They brought my sister and I here and told us we were unclean and depraved. They said they had a medicine that would cleanse us, but we refused. Others took it. They transformed into those things. I think they took her further in. Warrior, I have no right to ask anything more of you, but if you find it in your heart to take pity on a courtesan, please find my sister. She's not a perfect person. No one is. But I owe her my life. Thank you. Her name is Sunu. I think they wanted to use her for some plot against the princess. Maybe if you save my sister, you'll save Namsoyu as well. I believe you. Thank you. Divines bless you, warrior. Sister, I pray that you are safe. Surround them!
What is it now?
How did you get in?
Thank you.
Bless you, warrior.
I thought it was all over. I felt the shadows close in, so I whispered a prayer, and you two showed up. Hey, he's grabbing at my hem. Is this your friend? He looks so familiar. Well, I owe you both my life. Thank you. Please drop by soon. I must find a way to repay you. What's that? You want me to follow? Ah, Master Hong's favorite pet. Playing with the ebon drake. Surely you have better things to do. Why not chase after that pasty flea bag? Just remember, 9 tails are better than 1.
I sensed an imbalance. Something from the Dark Realm. She was drawn to you, no doubt. Your chi still holds a bit of the divine. A gift from Master Hong. Then it is as I feared. The one you saw is a member of the Dark Lord's inner conclave. A powerful spirit the likes of which has never set foot on the Earthen Realm. Until now. This all goes back to Mushin's meddling. The realms are converging. The balance is giving way to chaos. Now that the other sages and I have attuned ourselves to the Dawn's Edge, we have all that we need to open a portal to the outskirts of the Divine Realm. However, we have a problem. Mushin has found a way to bar us from the Divine Realm. It should come as no surprise that he is keeping his former mentors at bay. But without our guidance, you cannot pass through the portal. The places between the realms are perilous. You could be lost to eternity. You cannot go without a guide. But we may have found one for you. A ferrying hound of the Divine Order. One who once escorted souls to the external expanse. You know of the one I speak. Now, you must convince him to help us.
Impressive work.
Our hero!
I've invited all the girls out to greet you, warrior. After all you've done, we wanted to thank you. Personally. Is that so? Now what has you so bothered? It must be urgently important for you to leave me so soon. You meet your fair share of dogs in my business. But I know a sweet white one escorted Sunu back here. He ran off a minute ago. He couldn't have wandered far. Well, warrior, I won't keep you from finishing your task. I'll just have to thank you properly next time. Remember, my door's always open. I hate seeing you go.
You got a problem? Listen, you best keep your hands off Sunu. Seeing her might not be good for your health. Catch me? What? Hey, no need to reach for the weapon, Chief. Look, I don't want any trouble. Someone has to look out for her, you know? Whoa, what'd you call me? Just because you're friends with Doc Dan and have a sacred relic, you think you could call me a dog? Sure, as much as you can know the guy. He's not exactly Mr. Personality. Every time I ask him to come out, he says no. And now he calls in a favor. Typical. You can't be this clueless. Remember, you seek the great ferrying hound? The sacred beast who has to lead you to the Divine Realm? Dog? What did I just say? Hound, keep up. And right now, I'm incognito. If these simpletons saw my real form, they'd lose their minds. Fine. Let's make this quick. And you let Doc Dan know that after this, we are even. Once we're up there, you're on your own. Yeah, this'll...
It's time, Gionsei. I see you brought the ferrying hound. I'm sure he had his reasons for leaving his role as a shepherd to the beyond. But if Mushin is not stopped, he will have no home to go to, in this realm or the next. As things stand now, Jack Dan, Po Dan, and I can no longer cross into the Divine Realm. If you don't locate Mushin quickly and stop him, he may find a means to block you as well, and then all hope is lost. I'm sorry to say, Gionsei, but this burden falls on your shoulders alone. We put far too much trust in Mushin when we deemed him worthy to join the Four Guardians. Now he threatens all that the Guardians were charged to defend. I know you'll do all that you can. Stay close to the ferrying hound. The Divine Realm is free from the rules of this realm and can be disorienting. Should you get lost, our hope is lost with you.
Talk about a guilt trip. What's that? He said I have to babysit you the whole time? You make it sound so simple. And what'll you do if you find him? I never said anything about joining any fight. Yeah, I heard what you did to the other sacred beasts. Lycan's been doing really well since meeting you. Chief, you ought to be the one who's afraid. I'm a lot older than you, and a lot more familiar with the Divine Realm. Here in the Earthen Realm, you're used to time only moving one way and places staying in the same place on maps. That's not the case up there. Anything could happen. You could see something your mind's not ready for and go violently mad. And then guess who'll have to put you down? Me. You think I want to do that? I'll sniff out Mushin the best I can, but no promises. There are a lot of hiding places up there. Sure. Now place that relic in the center of the altar. We'll all need to focus if we're gonna break through. Don't go saying
Take care of yourself.
Stay grounded up there.
Our fate is in your
Let us
hands.
down.